comboio Alfa CP Comboios Portugal, procedente de Lisboa-Santa Apolónia e com destino a Braga, que deverá dar entrada na linha número 1. Circula com um atraso de 5 minutos. A sua hora prevista de chegada é às 16 horas e 15 minutos. Pedimos a vossa compreensão pelos incómodos causados. Dentro de minutos, dará entrada na linha número 1. O comboio.
Incremento do Darwin Nunes, ao que abriu o marcador. Os adeptos acreditam. A luz pode explodir outra vez. E a luz e hoje quem vai gritar o gol? Se a bola entrar, vão ser os adeptos. Eu depois vou acompanhar. Ai, ele vai atirar, ele vai atirar, ele vai atirar, ele vai atirar.
All right, everybody, another edition of Benfica After 90. We're all just kind of lounging today, enjoying a nice, lazy Sunday afternoon out in the East Coast, West Coast, and settling into a nice, what do you say, warm evening in England, or is it raining again?
It's been all right, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
today was a decent day. Yeah. We're obviously my birthday tomorrow, so we went out. We had some food, had some beers.
Awesome. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, brother.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
I'll get you back tomorrow, too. Don't worry about it.
No, this is it. That's all you get.
That's it. Yeah. Don't
You don't get no more
we
we
didn't waste a good surprise on you. You know what I mean?
This is your fireside chat kind of fun thing, Shimon, right now.
Hey, real quick, fellas, because we're alive as well. You know what I mean? I got the Classico in the background, bro. Aubameyang, what a header, what a goal! They're up 1-0. Barcelona is up 1-0 on Real Madrid, and Dembele's playing. Who'd have thought? You know,
that was so confusing for me, bro. Because it said Aubameyang, and I was like, "Well, Arsenal's playing." Like I said, I was like, "What?" And then, wait, he's in Barcelona. All right, Barcelona winning, mad things.
Yeah, 1-0. So just some live update, you know what I mean? I know it's the Benfica show, but football's football.
Classical watch along, mate. Look at us. Adrian, cry your eyes out.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, he does a little bit better of a setup for just a tiny bit. So it's good. But yeah, man, actually we were joking before this. If Barcelona smashes Real Madrid and goes on a nice run years from now when they go, remember that season where Benfica smashed Barcelona? People are going, how did he do that year? And if Barcelona had a good year, you know what I mean? Like, no one ever remembers the little semantic details in between.
Yeah. You just gotta, doesn't matter.
Well, I guess only like really, Benfica fans.
No, diehard fans.
If you're neutral, the hard door fans will be like, "Are you kidding me?" You know what I mean? Like we
losers.
We lost the game. We lost the league by 12 points or some crazy shit like that, or 14 or whatever it is now. You know what I mean? But
for the British,
I do know what you mean.
The British pundits that don't know much about the sport and they kind of just.
You mean the Fortnite kids?
The Fortnite kids.
The ones that will go, Barcelona, man. Look, it's the guy from Fortnite. He's the guy,
Or the people that only know who Benfica is because, they watch the Champions League. So
all that.
Yeah. Well, lots to kind of cover. Obviously, a good win against Estoril. We had obviously a good result against Ajax, so we'll touch on kind of the Champions League draw. I know Benfica's a big club, lots of fans globally, and we got lots of people, obviously, for South Africa, other parts of the world listening. So for those who don't know, we Liverpool is a team out of England. They've won a title in the last 20 years. I heard in the last 20 years they got a title. Don't sleep on these guys. I hear they're decent, but we'll see how.
I hear the Beatles are big fans.
Yeah, the Beatles like them. I think back when the Beatles were good, these guys used to be good, but don't sleep on them. Right? There's lots to kind of cover. It'll be quite fun. So I can't wait. But yeah, let's start. What do you want to start off with? You just kind of
start with that draw. Let's start with the draw. So let's go.
Right.
We could go in order. You know what I mean?
Go to the actual draw. Yeah. So we had good memories from facing Liverpool before. Their legend Gerard really has some amazing affection for
That long
Benfica.
sleeve. Look at that long
I
sleeve.
I love it, man.
Kit, man.
Gloves and all sorts.
And you know, a little baggy,
gloves
a little
and all.
baggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I love it. No, it's a good draw, man. And we had basically Jake. I'll get us some tickets for low. Oh yeah, Jake. Poor Jake, man. The guy's he convinced his family. I'm off to Portugal. He's gonna go watch the Liverpool Benfica game. And you know how the website's a train wreck. So the guy went through the excruciating pain of getting tickets on the website. And as always, you think Benfica's like after all these years fixed it? Wrong. No chance. No tickets. So yeah, now he's looking on the aftermarket and whew.
What is that for the Benfica Liverpool or Liverpool Benfica?
Hey, I can't imagine it would be hard to get some tickets out in front of the stadium, right? You know what I mean? Like,
the thing
like
is
outside the stadium.
I mean, scalpers. In front of the stadium.
They'll
be there, but mostly fake, and there's
a lot of con artists out there, man. You can't I wouldn't think
you buy the ticket, then you get to the freaking door, you go, you just lost like 50 euros and shit. Dude.
And you'll be like, "Oh, that guy sold me. I'll just see Ganu," and they all start laughing.
It's easy to spot a real ticket. Like in the States here, it's easy to spot a real ticket. You know what I mean? Like if you buy some, tickets out front, usually hard copies and shit like that. I didn't know it was, they were.
Yeah, you get there's legit sites. No, I don't want to call them, they're scalper sites, but I've bought tickets off them.
Like StubHub, you can't buy Benfica ticket off like Portugal StubHub or something.
There is, yeah. There's like a Portuguese StubHub, like it's a European version of it, and I've done it and it works. And the pricing right now is like around $200 for 200 euros for a ticket. That's what they're going right now for, which is a cheap.
What? That's crazy. I didn't think it would be that much.
Well, it's the quarterfinals of the Champions League, right? So.
Sure.
And the thing is, you're facing, you're facing an English side. English sides, people will spend $200 easy for a quarterfinal Champions League match in England. Their fans will be traveling. So, if I was a Sakanu in Portugal that got a ticket for like 40 euros off the legit site, you're flipping it for $250 very easily. And you got a lot of guys that they buy their red pass for this sole reason. They'll basically pay for the chunk of the red pass.
It's a business, man.
I got you. Mm-hmm. Well, Jake. Hey. My bad.
He's watching the highlights, guys.
Yeah.
Watch the highlights.
Yeah, my bad.
He's watching Rafa running on the way.
So that's why I'm covering the Champions League first. Melo's just on that time delay. He's on that West Coast time delay.
Yeah. My bad.
Oh, good. Yeah. But like, it's a good draw, man. I'll say if you look,
Jake. I hope Jake gets his tickets, man. I hope he gets to enjoy the game up there, brother. Shout out to Jake for making that trip.
Hey, it's worth it. I'll say it's worth it. I know it sucks. It's fun. It's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be good, man. It'll be a good ride.
Yeah. And you know what? They'll win. So.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's the main thing, right? That's really that's why he's going.
Wow, dude, this is like the best decision I've ever made.
You know what's funny, and which is talking about the draw. Out of all the teams that were available for us to draw, Liverpool just never crossed my mind. It wasn't even like I almost might have thought like it was impossible to get them. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't think that it would have been Liverpool. It just wasn't a team. I for sure thought it would be either one of the Spanish teams. That's what I really thought, that we'd finally get lucky and maybe get one of the Spanish teams as far as like Atletico Madrid or Villarreal. Yeah. And even Real Madrid. I mean, I know they're great, and I know that they're a good team. But I thought maybe that might be a good draw too. Like maybe we can bog down and play it slow and. Like we did against Ajax, come away with one goal. You know what I mean? Like you never know, man. You just never really know on any given day.
But you're kind of spot on.
Liverpool's a scary task, bro.
Yeah, they are. But I would say this much: before the draw, if I name my 2 to 3 teams that didn't want to face, and potentially 2 to 3 teams I would want to face, the teams I want to avoid was City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. Obviously, would love to get Villarreal, Atletico, even Chelsea. I was okay with. Liverpool's that kind of middle team, which they're a talented side. Potential team to actually win the Champions League. Let's call a spade a spade. But they weren't. I didn't have them in my head either. That wasn't like the team I was expecting, to be honest. Yeah. I'll take it. I'll just kind of, for me, I just look at it as a situation where I saw their pundits talking smack when Benfica advanced against Ajax, as if they've never lost to us in the Champions League knockouts, and having, these guys have very short-term memories.
Yeah.
I've seen some Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, but this Liverpool's different than it was in 06." I'm like, yeah, your current squad isn't the European champion. Your other squad was a reigning European champion, and we were trying to rebuild our squad at the time. We're rebuilding our squad again, and you're currently not the champion. I would say this Liverpool side is actually weaker than the one we faced before. That's a fact. I don't give a shit about any reference on that.
The only thing I'd say is they had freaking Carragher back in the day, and you remember Carragher. He had the hips of. I was going to say it again.
He's a fucking hula dancer out there.
There you go. That's better. Mate, honestly, I just remember freaking just even dropping, and Simon was like, "Yeah, I'll put a top corner, no problem." Like man just dropped, it like a tiny little move. It was Nuno Gomes, man, like a tiny little what? Dropped. Like what the hell? Yeah. Luis Diaz, dickhead. Fucking they want to play.
They're a good side. They're going to be a good side. They're going to fight us.
I think Mane is the most rated player. No, I think Mane. I mean, speed kills, and we'll talk about speed today. But speed kills, man. And I know Salah this year, especially, Salah's not been, he's been on and off. He's been really streaky. I guess, as you mentioned earlier, Luis, you had mentioned that Liverpool's now they're playing well. You know what I mean? And I think I think that has to do with Salah's finally playing. He's having a couple good games lately, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it's a scary prospect when you look at the speed that Liverpool going forward. But I think what's funny is that Benfica finally have like I guess these veteran center backs who almost like I thought would like I said, speed kills and all that, but it felt like they learned they figured out how to deal with some of that speed against like a team like Ajax, who's they're high press team. They're going the other way quick. Guys like Antony on the wing and Tadic on the other side. Like those guys are world class almost. So it's like
I said this much, man. Like, sorry, when we got Ajax, I remember saying to everybody like. The thing that scared me about Ajax was the amount of speed they could, like all of a sudden put in the game, like the Antony and Tadic, and I forgot the other guy's name. Anyway, the guys on the wings and stuff like that. Obviously we remember the first game. Within the first 3 minutes, he just like it completely destroys Weigl, in the first 5 minutes. And the same thing I go for Liverpool. I think Liverpool are one of these teams that, when it comes to football. Their speed is insane compared to us. Like obviously we got Rafa, but if you have Salah running at full speed,
very different squads, very different teams.
But realistically, we've done against Ajax. I'm not comparing Liverpool to Ajax, but it's sort of like very similar play styles. They focus on that speed, and so did Ajax, and we managed to shut down that speed straight away. So if we do the same thing to Liverpool with a little pinch of luck, because you need that little bit of luck. You need that ball that goes a little bit higher than it should go. You need that post. You need that corner that doesn't work out. A little bit of luck.
Or a penalty.
Or a
penalty.
Or a penalty
on an aggressive center back.
Do you know what I mean? Or a stupid red card, like the 15th minute, something happens. There's a little headbutt here or there. You get a red card all of a sudden. So, I'm not going to say I'm confident they will win. I'm confident it'll be a good game, though, man. But anything can happen.
I'll say this, and Mario, you could go, hop in. I will say this: at this stage, when you have the final 8, right? I mean, if neutral, you look at it, you got the 8 best teams in the European tournament, right? Yep. That's what I said that very carefully, right? The 8 best teams in the best European tournament, right? Yeah. At this point, I'm not counting us out at all. Like anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like Benfica have been through the gauntlet of this Champions League, and we have managed to just keep surviving and hanging on and bogging down the game and making it ugly like we did against Ajax. And if you can get, like you said, some luck, a ball to roll our way or bounce their way, but our way, you know what I mean? Like you just never know. I'm just definitely not counting us out. And our results as of late, man, they've been like, we haven't lost a game in a while, in about 10 matches, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't lost a match. We're playing pretty good. I know it's it's hard to admit that because we're not in first place of our league. But you know, I mean, I'm not mad about being
I'd
in
say
the
we
final
played
of the
the
Champions
best.
League, brothers. You know what I
We're
mean? Like
playing
I'm
the
happy.
best.
Like that's
Yeah.
you know, that's good. I'm good. Is it? Does it salvage the whole year? No, I wish that we would have got one of them tosses. You know, I wish we could have got one of those to really like, you know, if we got a toss or something like that. And this position in this Champions League. I think that's a pretty good season. You know what I mean? Like just me. That's just me. Yeah.
If we had botched the league but got a couple tasses and this, I think we'd be a lot happier.
Yeah.
I'll say this much. I'll say the same thing about Liverpool as I said about Ajax, as I said about Bayern Munich, what I said about Barcelona. Is on their day, they can make it a 5-0 result. That's the reality of it. They can just smash the heck out of us. At the same time, for the majority of these teams, and I'll even say Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, you know, Benfica versus Bayern Munich. 70th minute, it was 0-0.
Yeah.
We were getting the odd chance. All of a sudden, Bayern Munich did what they did and got a run of goals, and they did well.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
Germany,
I mean,
in Germany, halftime after the first half, 2-2 against Bayern Munich in Germany. They were able to get the better of us in that later bit of the game. If you look at Ajax, same thing. We kind of held on strong. The main thing with Liverpool, you know, it's they have the capacity to smash. It's just like Ajax smashed that kind of Sporting, just as Barcelona right now is getting the best of Real Madrid. These teams have talented individuals, but these guys have more garra than we give them credit for. I think it doesn't show domestically. I don't think they're, you know, fighting for the Vizellas of the world. That's unfortunate, but the reality is when they're on the big stage and you look at guys like Everton, there's a reason why Weigl got called up to the German national team. There's a reason why these guys, you know, guys that start in Argentina, Belgium, Germany, Portugal, Brazil. You got Darwin, which is Uruguay. You know, we got top class individuals. Yeah, exactly. but it's, you know what Boris says, it's mental. Mentally, we haven't been there. I think their heart hasn't been there, I would say, in the Liga. But I think there's a certain skip in their step. And like Melo said, this is the final 8. You're 3 teams away from a Champions League medal, from the biggest title. That's literally 3 teams away. Yeah. You hold on well. You eke out a result. You got 5 matches. You just got to just grind it out. You look at Avs. I made this joke on the last pod. Avs eked out the results and won the Taça Portugal against Sporting. You know what I mean? It's, again, a different situation, things of the sort, but you just basically can't go into a cup tournament and say, oh, Liverpool's a dominant EPL side, and because they've dominated throughout the season in the English Premier League, therefore they'll advance. I'm like, no, it's a 2-legged tie. They play City in between the middle of us. If they don't go in fully prepared, and we batten down like we did against Bayern Munich, against how we do at Ajax, how we did against Barcelona, how we did against PSV, they might not score at all. You get that right breakaway like Rafa just got. You get that right positioning that Ramos gets. A nice cross from, you know, Gilberto. All of a sudden it's 1-0, 2-0. We go into, then they face City. The next thing you know, it's like everything's open to play for, right? So
like I'll just add, like, only the 8 best teams in Europe are in the 8 best teams in Europe. It's as simple as that. Like, no matter whether you're like more likely to win or less likely to win, you're the 8th best teams in Europe right now. Simple as that. And that's
I'll take the 8. I'll take this 8
I'll
spot.
take the 8. Yeah, I'm like,
If that's where you motherfuckers want to put us, I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Benfica.
That's it. I'm good. But, you know, we have the chance to get at least, you know, 7, 8. 7, 6, 5th.
Yeah,
you know,
fuck yeah.
But even if we don't, I'm okay with the 8th.
You know what? And I've said this, and I said this in the last time. I know that my connection in the last show was a little off. I got disconnected, and I apologize. But you know, I've said before on this show, hey man, I'm okay with Benfica like not winning the Liga if we do a strong run in the Champions League. Like I've been on record saying that, and you know what? I'm going to stick by that. Yeah, I mean, it's been exciting on the world stage. It's something different, a different aspect, a different thing to be excited about. I mean, like I said, 37 championships, and it's going to come. You know what I mean? It's going to come. It's not like you can't win every year. It's just not realistic. You know, you're going to have your downs. You're going to have your ups. You're going to have your seasons you should have won the league. You know, you're going to have seasons where you shouldn't have won the league, but you won it anyways. You know what I mean? Some crazy shit happens, you know, but I'm having fun this year. Finally, it's been a long ride to get here, but I'm finally like appreciating what this team really is and what this team is going to be. Because, we said a lot of shit about the kid Darwin, but god damn, that kid is
Don't want to sell him now, man. I hear all these tales of
really
Benfica's
good, guys. Like he's really a good player, and I'm I apologize for everything I said, but that's what comes with it. That's why we have a show. We do pundits, we do live reactions, things like that.
Yeah.
We go off that day, and today, and even I didn't even get to see him today, fellas. I wanted to. I missed him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, and it felt like early on in that match today. We'll get to it. We needed him. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to see him get more expensive in the Champions League. You feel me? Like, let's do it. I see money signs too. This is a business, guys. You know what I mean? And
I think he's already got more expensive, but if he puts it, and this is the thing, it's the EPL. If we have a couple of good performances against Liverpool, your prices will shoot up. You'll go from 50 million to easily 100 million. Straight up.
Easy. It'll
because
be,
of his age as well, because of his age and because he's a goal scorer.
Yeah, a young, exciting guy that looked exciting against Bayern Munich, looked exciting against Barcelona, looked exciting against Ajax. If he looks exciting and does a good show, even if Benfica lose, if he performs well against Liverpool, it is going to up his value. Now, I don't want to sell him, but I'll say this much: feel free to trigger his buyout. If we get 100 million plus for him, sure.
It's like a João Felix kind of deal.
Kind of situation.
I look back and think, fuck, man, we had to sell, but we had to. Like, you cannot say no to that sort of money.
That money can change a team, and I think Benfica is building like something decent. I hope they keep Darwin, but if all of a sudden we got another 100 million and we could throw 100 million on the squad, we'll just become more competitive. I don't want to sell him. The one thing I don't like is these guys going, Benfica supposedly wants 75, 80 million for Darwin. And some of these fans are like, I don't think we should buy him for, maybe if we can get him for 50. I'm like, we don't need to sell. We made it to this stage of the Champions League. We got the money. We have zero need to sell.
If we sell him for $50 million,
I'll be pissed. We're idiots.
Oh
We're idiots.
My God.
No need to sell.
What a shame. Yeah. What a shame. Real quick, Marcelino, I just want to make the response to that comment. I understand. And what are they at? Like 29 if they win it this year?
I don't know if they're now. I don't know what they're counting for titles anymore because it keeps screwing around.
What's the real count?
I
think it's 29, right?
Well, if we count the other count, we're now at like 40. I don't understand what the count is anymore.
Let's just do the
regular count.
Let's not do any.
Stop the count. No, let's say Portuguese Liga.
No, I don't want. Yeah, what does the internet say? Because you know how these things work. You're right. They're getting closer to us. But what if next year Benfica go on a 3-year run? Boom, we're 3 more titles ahead of them. You know what I mean? Like, that's how this shit works.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
The truth is Porto for the last many years has been catching up quite aggressive. They're at 29, so they'd be at 30. There's a psychological thing. We're at 37. There was always kind of like we have that extra. We're in a different class. Like they're in their 20s, we're in the 30s. But they get to 30, we win the next 3, we're in the 40s. The cycle starts again where we got like a nice little gap.
Yeah, but that's my thing. They're 7 years off. You're telling me that Benfica's not gonna win in the next 7 years? It's ridiculous. I would. If someone told me that, I'm not saying that Marcelino is saying that. I'm saying that, like, if someone told me Benfica wouldn't win the league for the next 7 years, I'd laugh in their face. Like,
I'll say this much. So in 93, 94, Benfica had 30 titles. Porto had 13. And in 2009, we got our 32nd title, and Porto had 24. And then finally we went on. Then before we went on the hot streak, we won the Tetra. Porto had 27. We had 33. The gap's been aggressively narrowing over the last 20 years. Good on them. We created some buffer with the Tetra. Then Porto won. Then we won. Then Porto won. The Sporting won. We got to get. We can't allow these long streaks where Porto had like very long, like they were winning pentas and tetras for a bit there, and that really.
Yeah, we all know why though.
A lot of
that was I was gonna say.
A lot of fruta.
Thank you. So that's like, okay, on paper, they've been getting closer and closer to us. But like Luis just said, man, we know why, man. That shit is dirty laundry. Streaming. It's dirty laundry. It's all disgusting. It's really embarrassing. Even if you think about, it now, even makes it more like, damn, they have been cheating. Like, how, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's
funny, like it's even more proof. Even more proof that this league is a joke. You know what I mean? And the calls they get, and year in and year out with terrible teams, and their bully mentality. It's disgusting, really.
I was just saying, we're streaming to the same service, to the same page, whatever, that where you can literally see, or listen to the calls that were made, all the recordings of what's happening. It's not like that you have to search really far to know what's happened. You just go on YouTube and type in, Porto and that, and you get some goals, and then the second page just like recorded shit of what they did for years and years. So it's not very hard to find. So it's very hard, it's very easy to know why they won so many titles in a row. So if they ever want to go, oh, well, we won the Penta, yeah, he did, yeah. But like, I mean, really, you're actually gonna bring that up? It's like, hey, I got a new phone, yeah, but you stole £100 from me, yeah, but I got a new phone. I'm like, yeah, with my money, but I got a new phone, like, what the fuck?
What they say is all that matters. We got the phone.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. No, but like get away from that. I think it is what I just look at where the standings are today. It's not going to change in the Liga. I appreciate the win today. It's a 2-0 victory. Let's get those wins. It's yesterday Sporting were down, and then a bit of shenanigans, everything else, and they come back. There's parts of me that gets that false hope. Maybe we'll steal second, but that's out the window.
When Quaresma comes out and says something about like something's up, bro. Like when a guy like Quaresma comes out and says, "Yo, the referees in Portugal are embarrassing," like now, okay,
yeah, okay,
like, okay,
before when he had the blue shirt, that was all good.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what's funny to me. I read that tweet, that comment, and I'm like, what? Isn't that the pot calling the kettle pot? Right.
There's a good question from here, and it kind of will segue to the match. Thoughts on Peel getting called up to the Portuguese national team? We could touch on this afterwards, but I do want to touch on, you saw Rafa scored a goal. He didn't celebrate. He did a flash interview. He had no interest in discussing his goal or talking to anyone. He looked so disinterested to be here today on the flat. Now, and I don't think it's a disinterest in the team now. I'll say this much. Rafa has, for the last 12 to 24 months, been one of the guys that rightfully has gotten a shitload of criticism from the fan base because of the way that these players are acting. Maybe he wasn't one of the ringleaders. He wasn't like a Pizzi or the Almeida or this and that, but he was kind of part of that clique, right?
But Almeida can't be a leader of anything, man. Come on.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't gotten as much love as, let's say, he was getting a few seasons ago, partly because of his inconsistency, partly because of shenanigans I have, and partly because, people just don't, he's lost some of the shine. But an interesting statistic, he's tied for most assists with Mueller on Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it's true.
In Europe, he is if you talk about a winger, you're talking about the 8th best teams in Europe, and the best player in Europe is either Mueller or Rafa for assists. They're tied.
Yeah, it's mad.
They're tied. Yeah. How many Portuguese players are left in the Champions League? I know we got a chunk in City, the former Seychelles guys, and a couple of, but that's it. We don't have that many guys left in the Champions League final 8, and he's one of the top guys for the final 8. And he's not even worth being on the bench. He's not worth coming up and showing up to training.
Because he'd rather pick Otavio from his, with his best friend Pinto Costa. He's like, pick Otavio,
and so like maybe today Rafa, and this kind of, Rafa needs, it feels like he needs that jolt in the ass sometimes. Like, it's one of these things where the fans got on his case. Like, he'll disappear for 2-3 games straight, and the fans are saying, just get rid of this bum. We all hate him. And then all of a sudden he'll put on an MVP kind of performance.
MVP,
yeah, and then today it kind of seemed like same thing. It's like he didn't get the call to the Celso. He's pissed. He came in angry, and he came in to prove a point. Now, all I hope is that they talk a lot of shit about Rafa. They keep this guy really pissed off for the next few weeks. So he shows up against Liverpool, and he really makes a fucking point. Like, if this is what it takes for this guy to show up, just, what, he's garbage. He's shit. Let's keep shit on him so he shows up.
The thing about Rafa too, and it's exactly on the fan base a lot too, is when I see him, and I'm guilty of criticizing Rafa's performances at times, and it's because, like you just said, it feels like he's uninterested in a lot of the games. I think what that is that Rafa has played. I mean, since JJ left, Rafa has played every game since JJ left, if I'm not mistaken. And also, there really is nobody behind Rafa who's going to take his job. Right? There's no Diogo Gonçalves isn't taking his job. Radinic, he ain't taking his job. Rafa doesn't have anybody, there's no one there to push Rafa every day in training. There's nobody there to push Rafa or be held accountable for, what I mean, his when he comes up missing, if you will. And great, he's tied for, assists. Like, awesome. You know what I mean? But like, I'm sure there's a billion other stats that we can probably find that probably ain't so good. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm glad he's good in one thing. You know what I mean? Like the last time, the last game when we were in the Ajax and we had the comment, I forgot who it was. I don't want to say, I don't remember who it was, but they said that, well, Rafa played well defensively today. Well, Rafa isn't a defensive player. You know what I mean? So like, what does that mean? Like, it just means that he wasn't doing one part of his job. You know what I mean? Like, he's got, like, he's got to defend. He's got to fall back. He play 4-4-2 now. He's got to come back and help out, right? So like, so if he didn't do anything offensively and he only played defense, that means he didn't do his full job, right? That means he only did half of his job that day. And I would love Rafa. And today isn't a perfect example of why maybe we shit on Rafa so much, because this is what he's capable of. This is like, keep your head on a swivel, stay up, stay fast, keep your head up, go move forward. Like, these are the things that he's capable of. And too many times
he's inconsistent.
He's inconsistent.
Yeah, it's always been his thing. But it's funny when he brought up George Jesus. Since George Jesus left, he's been playing. Partly what happened is he wasn't playing well. George Jesus left, and all of a sudden he stepped up his game. We started seeing a new Rafa, and then Rafa
I've
faded
heard the
out.
opposite. I've heard people say the opposite as well.
But then he faded out for like a month and a half, or whatever it is. Like it's the inconsistency, right? But I do find there's these moments where all of a sudden, like, Rafa's put on the spot, and he'll deliver, but it's because he's like ticked off. But then he'll proceed to be like, oh, all of a sudden people are happy. He's got this highlight win. Watch the next 2 games. He goes again.
Yeah,
because that's what happens. As soon as he gets like a bit of love, he gets comfortable. We're being a bit of an ass. And to defend Fernando Santos, I know a lot of us don't like him. I would have liked the change. Portugal has, I don't know if you've seen the meme where someone draws a Ferrari and it looks like a donkey's ass in the back. Mm-hmm. Or like, some part of the Ferrari is a donkey, like you have this well drawing. Portugal up front, when you look at guys like Bernardo Silva, obviously Ronaldo's still a phenom. You got all these talents. You go down the midfield, Renato Sanches, all these other guys we got. We have an abundance of talent on this team. Gedge is a great guy. You know what I mean? There's so many guys we can pick on. If Rafa doesn't make a star-studded team, it is what it is, and he hasn't really had the consistency for it. I'll touch just to kind of wrap up on the touching on Seleção. The biggest fear I have, to be honest, is our defense. Like, it is.
Quick question: do we still have to play Italy, or are we just playing Turkey? Like, what is it?
We have to beat Turkey, and Italy has to beat whoever they're facing, and then who's Italy facing here? Italy.
North Macedonia.
Yeah, we're gonna face Macedonia then. Guaranteed. Italy's not passing.
So we play Turkey, and then if we beat Turkey, then we have like a final sort of game.
They're all a one game. They're all a one game playoff.
Yeah, it's like a little sad. Like 4-team group stage sort of thing.
That's how uninterested I was in Portuguese soccer this year.
I'm looking I'll say that I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. I'm not excited about the fact that the situation.
I am just looking forward to the World Cup. I am not looking forward to playing Turkey, and I'm not looking forward to playing Macedonia at all. Like, it's not interesting at all because they shouldn't be in this. And I didn't mean that in an ass way, Mario. I didn't, you know what I mean? I just mean, like, we shouldn't be here. This is uninteresting to me. We're only here for the thing. If I think about it, it's upsetting why we're here.
We're one of the top sides in the world. Like, if you actually
in the world, in the world, Mark.
When you look at, like, we're talking about top 8 teams. If you think of the top 8 teams globally, you're putting Portugal up there with the talent they have. Just the sheer talent. You look at the talent, the Jotas of the world, all these guys we got. Like, there is talent globally. Like, every top league has Portuguese stars in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's the night. We're like the night sky. You look up, beautiful stars everywhere.
Yeah. Except defensively.
Hey, I just want to say magnitude. Yeah, Marcella didn't appreciate your comment, mate. With Pandem scoring a hat trick, she's like, "Fuck you." Yeah, she's just trying to come on, but she said, "No, I don't like that."
Yeah, but yeah, no. At the end of the day, to all that criticism, this is kind of his statement today, and I'm fine with that. You feed us those bag of dicks every weekend, and I'll be happy. You feed me
You
those.
can
You know what I mean?
serve it, but I don't gotta eat it.
Rating. Yeah.
You can offer them.
You can offer it. You
Offer it. You know, I like the
Offer it,
offer.
at
Give me the
least.
offer. Give me the offer
Yeah.
each weekend. You know what I
I
mean?
politely decline,
Yeah.
but
Yo,
I
Offer
you see
understand
what,
why.
you see what rating?
I understand why you offered that.
Where's rating?
just.
Oh, hey, Barcelona is running.
Yeah, he
It
will.
This is a
I-
different
Ronaldo
Barcelona.
53
This
for
is a different
90 minutes.
Barcelona team, fellas. This is a different Barcelona team.
No,
Thank God we didn't play this Barcelona team.
Alex, wrong. It's the same Barcelona team we faced.
Oh yeah.
That's what you gotta say. The Fortniters,
Yeah.
the Fortniters. You know, they gotta
Yeah.
know about this.
Yeah, they're 3-up. They're 3-up. They're running circles.
3-0.
around
Barcelona
Madrid
beat,
right now.
beat Madrid
3-0.
3-0.
It's
Yeah,
3-0.
we beat this Barcelona 3-0, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
so
I remember.
This is now for my.
I remember.
This is all about the ship
I
ending. 'Cause
I
you know who doesn't know the semantics is these Liverpool fans, and they're all online shooting the shit. And I like to banter. I love the shit talk. So right now, when a Liverpool fan goes, "Oh, we're gonna smash Benfica," oh, just like we smashed Barca 3-0, and Real just smashed PSG, and they got smashed 3-0. Come on. You guys, it's gonna make them nervous. It could make them a little
You know
nervous.
we don't until proven otherwise. We're about to beat the
You know,
shit out of Liverpool.
in 5 years, we'll say, remember that time when Barcelona won that Clasico 5-0? Yeah, we beat them 3-0. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Yeah,
go into
I get it.
detail.
No, I get it.
That's
I'm with it.
That's
I'm with it.
Hey, we need these bragging rights as a fan base. You need it.
Yeah.
Of course, mate.
You want to get into this Estoril game?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
At
let's
some point,
get
we
it.
should, yeah.
Probably.
We should actually cover that. All right. Let's get to the starting 11. All right, your starting 11 today was Odysseus in net, Grimaldo, Vertonghen, Otamendi, Gilberto, Weigl and Mete in the middle, Everton, Rafa on the wings, Ramsh and Chuck out front. Benfica won 2-1 against Estoril today. Let's get into it. All right.
Yo, Marcelo's just like, I get really confused. That's more than 11.
Did I say more than 11? Who did I say twice? I said 11, guys.
No. She can see, she can't really hear you.
She's
She
seeing.
sees all the players. She's thinking, how many players do you line up, bro? Like, my man's going.
Listen, tell her
We still struggle. We still struggle, man.
This is the Portuguese Liga. You gotta do what you gotta do to win, man.
Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do, man. You know? No, because he's saying the names of the players. That's just entire the list of players.
That's classic.
I love it. Yeah, so here's the result, man. I'll kind of do this so it's a little bit bigger. But basically, Rafa got the start of the show. We kind of talked a little bit about that performance already. But overall, I saw the lineup, like you said, Alex. Darwin's been such an exciting figure to see, not to see him in the 11. I'm not going to say I was disinterested in this match. We're out of the Liga. I'm watching Benfica because I love Benfica. I'm watching them for the sake of watching Benfica. At the end of the day, I want them to win. But, you at this point, you almost just want to look at the individual performances. I want to be entertained because there's nothing else to win for. It ain't like, sometimes when you're in the title race, you can have a shitty game, grind out like a 1-0 result, but you're fighting for the title. I'll take a shit performance for the title.
Yeah.
I hate a shit performance when there's nothing to play for. Like, just give me something fun. Give me something entertaining. But it was a pretty entertaining match. Like, it was fun. Like, what'd you guys think? So. Like, it was a fun match.
I mean, overall, yeah, it was a pretty good. I mean, you look when we watch these games, we look at like in moments instead of like the whole thing, right? The whole thing is we won, right?
Yeah.
Which is fucking good. Doesn't matter how. But when we seen the 11, I did wonder, like you said, Darwin wasn't in there. I thought to myself, well, okay, how is where is Benfica's goals coming from today? You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna step it up and score some goals? And my first thought looking at it was, okay, this is Gonzalo Ramos' game today. Finally, like we got to see it because Chuck, he's just not scoring in the league. He's just not really scoring at all, to be honest with you.
But lately,
really
Ramos has had a pretty good run lately.
Yeah, he has in the Liga. He has scored some Liga goals as of late. So, looking at the lineup initially, I wasn't I mean, Estoril hasn't scored a goal in, I think it was 10 matches now or some shit like that. Right. So already I wasn't really worried about, anything offensively coming the other way. Vertonghen and Otamendi should be able to handle them, anything that they throw at them. I mean, there was a point in the match where Estoril didn't have a shot on goal for like 30 minutes. So, I mean, defensively, we played a pretty sound game. I know there's nothing, to brag about going forward, but nevertheless, I thought Gonzalo Ramos, again, going back to that really quick, I thought it was just his time to step it up. You know what I mean? Like to really kind of take control and be that second guy. If Darwin's not going to be there, we need somebody, right? Who's that guy? You know what I mean? Who's that guy? And he eventually did become, he did make his mark in this game. I was very confident in this match.
Can I add one thing? So Ramsh, he's gotten so far 7 goals this season, right? 6 of the 7 have come since January 21st. So in the last 2 months is where almost all his goal production has come. This guy seems like he's finally finding a flow, a rhythm. I know it's mostly in the Liga, but he's a young, exciting kid. I'm glad because we've had a lot of young, exciting guys that have not. We had Jota. I really want to see more out of Jota. That didn't work out. And I almost felt for a bit that Ramsh was kind of heading the Jota route where we're trying to give him some minutes here and there. We've given Ramsh more minutes than we did Jota, but at the same time, Jota wasn't really delivering in his opportunities. Ramos wasn't really delivering much early on. Like he looked exciting. You know the talent is there. But when it's young and raw, you're kind of like, it can cut either way. It can cut good or it can cut bad. Kind of like Darwin early on, he wasn't delivering much. And you're kind of like, oh, man, we spent all this money on this guy. Now that it's working out well, great. We love him. But it's nice to kind of see the kid showing up. And Boris made a comment about, him being the man of the match. It was good, man. It was good. Chuck also, you know what? I was hoping Chuck would have got a goal. He had a couple of opportunities with the ball. Nothing too threatening, to be honest.
A guy like that though does draw a lot of attention though. You can't, there's no doubt about that.
You got to mark him. They mark him.
You gotta mark him.
If you don't mark him, you might concede, right? So
yeah, I just wish he was more lethal. To be honest with you, if you really look at Chuck, if you watch Chuck isn't really getting service like I think he wants or the type of player that he is. I'll be honest with you. I think he's not, his stature doesn't really lend to what kind of player he really is. He's not a back against the goal kind of player. You know what I mean? Where he wants to receive the ball like with his back at the goal so he can turn around and make a move. Like he wants to be hit and like in stride and moving and play a little space and make a move. Like I've seen like his goals coming in. Like I look back, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? I would look up Yaremchuk, goals. And I just hope we don't give up on him. I'll tell you that.
I like him. I like him. I love Chuck. I'm gonna say it right now. I love Chuck. I think he's a neat player. He's good to have. Whether he's going to be a utility off the bench striker, whether he's going to be a starter, he has this kind of, I like him in the rotation. I like him sometimes starting. I like him off the bench. He's a neat guy. I'm getting slightly away from the match. I know all these rumors about Di Maria. I'd love the idea of Di Maria coming back, but Gedge, I would take Gedge because I'll take both, man. If Di Maria is a free agent, we can get him as free agent, and we get some money out of the Champions League. I'd love to get Gedge back also.
A guy like David Neres would be amazing.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be good.
I know Rafa had a great game today, but I'm assuming this year might be his last year with Benfica, just given the fact that he probably is just he probably wants out, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't blame him for it. But a guy like that, on the right wing, that would be amazing. And a guy like Di Maria. I mean, you need a guy
quality experience
with some quality, right? Exactly.
And respectful quality experience also. And I think a guy like Di Maria to me, this is why I get excited about the rumor. I think it says a lot when you got guys that he could go somewhere else and play somewhere else still. I think he's still considered a top player, a top talent. He's a lot of guys are jumping ship out of PSG. Like Neymar's unhappy, Mbappe refuses to renew, Di Maria is clearly out. Like there is a serious internal issue at PSG. I don't follow PSG's internal locker room issues very closely, but when you're having talent like this falling off and it takes massive paychecks to convince someone to even play for you, something's disjointed.
Are you calling Messi to Benfica right now, Mario?
Hey, I would say if he wants to play for a league bigger than League On,
we're doing breaking news.
and he wants to play in
taking
the, and he
shots.
wants to play in the Champions League. If he wants to be in the Champions League,
If you want to be in
and if you want to live up to your idol, Aymar.
And if you want to play with Darwin, I mean that's a
okay.
big one, you know.
And also, if Di Maria comes with us,
popping his collar on him like, yeah, you want to.
if Di Maria comes to Portugal, you know who put Messi on his back and carried him to a Copa? It was Di Maria.
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Suge Knight? Y'all remember when Suge Knight that came on stage? He's like, if you don't want your producer all in the video, all on the single, all dancing, all in the video, come to death row. Come to death row.
Exactly.
Mario just had a Suge Knight moment. Just now. Messi, you want to play for a 37-time champion? You know what I mean? You want to play for a fucking, oh man, you went hard. I love
it. You want to play for a team that's actually won the Champions League before? You know what I mean? Like, come on, guy. What are you fucking doing here? What are you doing? Come on. You want to play with a team that actually got a real fan base. You know what I mean? Like, well, there's more Benfica at the Parc de France than there were PSG fans when we visited the one time, right? So, anyways, moving aside from that, I still think we have lots of great talent. I think this money we just got from being where we are is good. It's good for the players. It's good for attracting people. I'm excited. We got away from the Estoril. The big show is Estoril. This game was the game right now. And Ramesh, I think Ramesh is a good kid. I'm happy. I'm so excited.
I do too. I like him, man. I do. There's something about him. Like, I just like the kid. His work rate is crazy. Is there a heat map of him, Mario? I would bet you. I would bet you that shit's crazy up top. I would bet $1 million that it's crazy up top.
Let me switch it up here. I'll get you a heat map.
The kid's always running at the goalie. He's always pressing. He's like, the kid is. I mean,
there he is.
So he was. Oh, come on, bruh. Look at him.
But yeah, all over. Like, you see,
what the fuck was he doing down there? You know what I mean? Like, what was he doing down there?
The ball and bringing it forward. You know what I mean? Right. He's like, I belong up here, and if you don't get the ball to me, I'll take it myself.
Right. You know? What was he even doing over there? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing too, is as fans, man. If you don't get a goal, if you don't do this, if you don't, we're quick to jump on these guys. You know what I mean? Look at Rafa. He's got the most assists, tied with Mueller, and we didn't even fucking know it. You know what I mean? Like, I
feel bad for the guy in a sense where he's inconsistent, but
we're trash. We're trash. But basically, as a collective group, we need to do better. That's all I gotta say.
Ancelotti pissing his pants. That's hilarious, man. Barcelona, it's a 5-0 now. 5-0 cut.
Yeah, it's 4-0. It's 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah. Aubameyang with another. He chipped the. Oh, it's nasty. It's getting gross, guys.
That's good. Real Madrid. I'm gonna hate saying this. Fucking Barcelona is the Porto to Real Madrid being the Benfica. Real Madrid's a big club, but in La Liga, and like the last several decades, my God, Barcelona's really had Real's number. It doesn't matter what they do, how shit they are. One guy I'm excited for, man. When I saw him, the news of him getting called up to the German national team again, part of me was we signed him as a German national player that plays on the German national team, and he lost his spot while playing for Benfica. Like, he still played for Germany for the first while at Benfica, but due to what's going on, other things going on, eventually the Germans looked elsewhere. He has been putting on some great performances, Weigl. He has it's good to see someone regain their spot. It happens. You do well. Not everyone's going to be a star and an eternal star that forever makes it on the scene and dominates. A lot of guys pop up. They trip up a little bit, step off the stage, clean themselves up, and get back and perform again, right? And Weigl has always been kind of steadily performing, but I think he fell off that stage for a bit, and he's done the hard work. So I hope when the Germans do play again that he actually gets some minutes. I hope he doesn't just ride the bench. But I think overall, like, what's left in this Liga season, when I look at Estoril, all these matches, I hope we're building something to create that platform, that stage for next year for us to shine, right? Like, to kind of, and so that's what I'm looking at these players and kind of seeing.
Like you say that, Mario. I think you're right. I think looking at the team now, I think it's much more exciting looking ahead to next year than it was maybe even 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Looking at the team 2 months ago under JJ, it just felt It felt old. I'll be honest with you, man. It felt old. And I know there's a lot of people thinking like, oh, I can't wait for Benfica's next head coach search. Like, it's not happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's not happening. I mean, I don't think it is. I think that that's going to be our manager next year. And, you know,
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think there was a comment earlier. I forgot who said it about Ramos needing like a better manager. And since Verissimo got on, he's a good B team manager, good with the kids, I guess you could say. And you've seen the difference in Ramos. But I just don't want him to be that permanent guy. I think if we do well and we got all this talent, I look at the. If we do well, we got this talent. We got a lot of international guys. I think that helps attract a manager. Like if you're a manager that, let's say, is looking for a decent team to coach, that you're like, okay, you know what, I'm trying to break out on the scene, or I'm looking to revive my career, and you look at Benfica and you go, oh, man, they got all these talented guys. They got guys that play on like various seleções, various national teams. You got to sell yourself, man, and I think that's what Benfica's doing right now in the Champions League.
That's so uninteresting. That's so Adel Tarap of us. And what I mean by that is trying to retread, trying to get somebody to restart their career. It sounds boring and lame all over again. And not to you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
But it's just the situation we're in.
Okay, you're gonna bring in who? Marco Silva. Okay, I mean, how many failed attempts is this guy gonna have before he all of a sudden takes us, to the promised land?
I don't know.
Or who's the other guy? Jardim or somebody like that. Oh, he's, how many failed attempts do we have to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody's fucking trash anymore. You know what I mean? I'd rather deal with our own garbage and deal. I mean, if this is the guy, I honestly think that. If it wasn't, then why even let go of JJ? You know what I mean? Like, why let go of JJ? There has not been any inkling of, and I don't even know how the fuck we started talking about this, but any inkling of a new manager. But I'd like so far. I mean, shit. I like so far. I like at now. Like I said, I like where we're at right now as a team. I don't know.
So would you keep Verissimo? Like, if we keep doing what we're doing, would you keep him for next year? Would you be happy?
If they beat Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. How about this? How about this?
How about this? I'll concede there. Yes.
Yes, for sure. There, right? If you beat Liverpool, for sure, there's no doubt, right? But what if we get a good game? The first match is we get a draw. Let's say we get a draw, and he coached us up right, and the next game let's just say we lose a close one. You know what I mean? We lose a close game.
That's respectful though. That's if you beating one of the best EPL sides, one of the best Liverpools in recent years, right? And if you just lose narrowly to one of the best Liverpools, it is. Again, you look at the salary gap, you look at the situation of the clubs, you look at the end of the day, if you got a draw and then you lose like 1-0 away at Anfield, I want to advance. I'll be heartbroken. I'll be pissed. But if you're telling me about like a tight contest, I'll take a tight contest. It is what it is. You can't. It's a cup tie.
And why I say it like that, I mean, is because you're judging him on his performances, right? Like you're judging the coach on his performances. And if you look at those performances in the Champions League, I mean, it wasn't pretty. No. Did everybody, like to win that way? Probably not. We probably would have liked to win 3-4-0.
We're going to sign Klopp. We're going to sign Klopp. We're going to beat Liverpool. Then we're going to sign Klopp and then beat him again next year. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say this much. I remember years back when Klopp this is before he was big at Dortmund. When he first showed up at Dortmund, his first, I remember partway to his first season. And Benfica, we're still dealing with before we signed Jorge Jesus, if I'm not mistaken, or it's around that time. I was like, I would love this young German guy coming up. He looks good. I'd love to get like a German manager. I think I've had this weird thing for like a couple decades now. Ain't gonna happen with Klopp anytime soon. But there's a guy out of Argentina. I would like a little bit more excitement at the club. I hope Verissimo delivers. If Verissimo delivers, I'll take him.
I always wanted a foreign coach. We've talked about that a lot of times on this show. I think just to get out of the whole Portuguese, soap opera, novella kind of, the same old shit, the same old media answers, the same old yes man type of thing, because they know how it goes, right? They're like bred, they're born into this type of, football, or they're conditioned. If they're not born into this type of, they're at least conditioned in this kind of football there is now, where at least Portuguese wise, it's everybody's getting bullied by one guy and everybody's taking it. You know what I mean? Except one guy who's a revelation almost in Ruben Amorim, but like other than that, everybody's just status quo. You know what I mean? And I think you get a foreign guy and you shake things up a little bit. He'll tell somebody, he's going to tell somebody to fuck off. Maybe a German guy would be great. You know what I mean? Somebody like that, somebody who cusses a lot. Maybe get an Irish coach, somebody in there like that. You know what I mean? I want to take the personality of our coach.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, who the fuck? Yeah, exactly. That'd be amazing. As long as
that would be everyone's
personality
reaction
of my coach. I don't. Maybe Verissimo is it is what it is kind of guy, and we've heard him say that before. It is what it is. But you know what, y'all? Sometimes it is what it is. You know what I mean? He ain't out there fucking playing. I told these guys what to do. It would have worked if they fucking listened. I mean, how about that? You know what I mean? How about sometimes the players ain't really.
Can I say? I'll say one quick thing. Absolutely. One guy I don't want to see. I don't want to see Bill. I don't want to see Ferreira come at our club. Because you talk about Portuguese drama. If we go back to Brazil to get another guy, it's like, to me, he's not as arrogant or stupid as Jorge Jesus in the way he talks. But the Portuguese media frenzy and the circus and all of the pressure.
He's immature.
I don't know. I don't want to say he's immature. I don't think he's immature.
In the media way.
Yeah, the media way. I just feel like that's all they're going to compare him to is Jorge Jesus when he came on, because another guy from Brazil that did well in Brazil, blah, blah, blah. I would rather just.
He's got one of the most amazing sound bites, though.
Yeah.
Of all time.
I love it.
That's the best.
But like the thing is, for me, it's I would rather just not I would like to get something different. Like Boris, he says it. I just feel like we're chasing after the wrong type of people, right? Like it's just get someone different.
We have been for a while now, fellas.
Yeah, so hopefully, I think there's momentum. I still going back to the squad.
I'm tired of the slick Portuguese. I'm tired of that slick, greasy Portuguese guy. Like, I'm just tired. I can smell his cologne through the fucking TV. You know what I mean? Like, I am done.
Jake says, well, get away from the cologne. You want to open up the window.
Fresh air. That's right.
Open up the windows. Freshen up the joint.
Get the musk out of here. Maybe let's get some, some Sauvage in there. Somebody who wears some,
for shits and giggles, I would just
some Jimmy Choo. Something good.
If the club wants to continue being on the circus bandwagon, I'll take Tony. If we want to continue to play in the circus level, at least give me Tony, because at least that guy will be shit-faced hammered at every press conference, and I could deal.
Is that the sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit guy?
No. It's a Portuguese guy.
Yeah. Okay.
He coached Benfica way back in the old days, and he is a Benfica tried and true. Then he went to Iran, and the guy would just, alcohol's illegal in Iran, yet he was always drunk. And that was always a running joke in Iran. Is like, we don't know where he gets all this alcohol from. But they liked him enough, and he would just tell people off in Portuguese. It'd be an Arabic press conference in the Iranian league, and he just get mad and he just yell at them in Portuguese and swear at them, half drunk. And these Iranians were like, "Does he know where he is? We stone people." And he's like, "Oh, just five up porra." He just did not give it. And at the end, they're like, "You know what? We really don't want to start shit with this guy. This guy literally's got no fear." And he just walks into Iran and acts like he owns a joint. Even the Ayatollah was like, "Yeah, I don't want to screw with this guy." Like, he just I'm gonna ease up.
Imagine a meeting. Imagine him and a guy like Sergio Conceição at a post game meeting. In the field. No. Jesus Christ.
He wouldn't make Sergio his bitch. He'd be like, "Hey, mute, but Cinta." Like he's like a vovô now. That's like a drunk, angry vovô that would just come in and sit his ass down.
I love it. Sign him up.
So at least if we're gonna have a circus, give me Tony. But I don't want any of it. I don't want the circus. I want the circus to go home. But if I gotta watch the circus,
I want the circus to cross the road and go to the other side of the Segunda Circular, man.
Yeah,
where it belongs.
I want up north to get a circus. They need and that's what Pentecost. That's gonna happen sooner or later.
Listen, can we do chorizo, man? My food's ready. I need.
Oh, okay, I got it. Come
Yeah.
in. She should come. All right. Speaking about either eating a chorizo or feeding someone chorizo and chorizos in general, go ahead, Luis. You can kick it off.
For me, I might be a surprise to a few people. I'll start with my chorizo. Was, somebody said it in the chat earlier on, and Almeida. For every reason, man. My man comes on, looks like he's like, yeah, look at that, man. Yeah, I'm back, boy. I'm back. Yeah, look at me, I'm back. And then he gets the armband, and he's like, look at that, I'm the captain. I'm the captain. And then 5 minutes later, look at that, we conceded. We conceded. And it's like, fucking hell, mate. You're so shit. Like, you managed to fuck up everything in 5 minutes. Although I'm happy. 2-1,
He's a
21.
Yeah.
So it was almost like a little message from me. I was like, look, but still, like 5 minutes on the pitch, it was like fucking atrocious. Even Vertonghen was like, what the fuck, man? Like, we've been doing all of this. And now this guy comes in and is like, yeah, I'm the captain. Yeah. Did you guys see him walking? I don't know if you guys see him walking up. I swear the guy was going, like, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, yeah, it was Stoicky. I don't know, man. Play of the match has to be Rafa's goal for me. I mean, it's just not something you see every day. It's something that you see every now and then. And, I'm sure he'll be on 4-3-3 tomorrow and he'll travel. It'll be, moment of the weekend. And then as my player of the match, this might be a surprise, but for me, and he gets a lot of stick from me, but today was Jan Vertonghen, man. I think defensively, he was very solid today. And I always say this. I say he's old. He's old twice. He's stiff sometimes. He's obviously got experience, but sometimes it's almost like he doesn't realize that he's old. He wants to go and get the ball, but he doesn't get there in time. Today, I think the ball, like, if he doesn't kick that ball out, because he cleared it on the line, if that goes in, totally different game. And it's not just that. I think overall, it was solid, never looked stressed, never looked like he was going to give away possession. And that's my reasoning for it, man. I think it was solid today. So, yeah, he's my man of the match for today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I'd say, Boris made this comment here. I'll put it back up. That sucks, man. If I was a Benfica, I am a Benfica, but if I was a player and, like, I'm fading, like, you want to keep playing for the team. You know what I mean? You want to keep being in it. And it's just he doesn't belong. He has a butt of jokes. I would echo what Luis said. He's the Sharice the match to me also, just because of just him getting the armband. Him just all of a sudden he's the captain. He's on there. I don't know, man. He's everything that's wrong with the club. That's not the person that should be. I saw a lot of things recently where there's a bunch of slight topic, but it was very recently with Darwin and Otamendi riding the plane together every single time. Otamendi had early on given him a jersey, just that to me is a guy that has a lot of garra. He's older, but he's still putting up a lot of fight. He's putting on some amazing performances. And Almeida's not that guy. He's not the captain. He's not the leader. He's not the guy, the young guys. Ramsh isn't looking at Almeida saying, oh, man, I did this goal for you. You know what I mean? Like, it isn't. That's not happening. Whereas Darwin, when he was doing it, he looks at Otamendi. He's like, he's his boy. He's like, yeah, I'm going to the next. He doesn't have that influence. So for all that combined,
very nice chip cross, though, to Enrique and Rouge in the game. It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. Yeah.
And then he walks off like, yeah, look at that chip cross.
Back to that, right?
He's gone, but I'm still here. Yeah.
I'm gonna echo you on the play of the match, man. That highlight reel, when people watch it, they're gonna see a player get the ball in our box, steal it from the corner, and gun it through two guys, beat them, outpace them. Go 1-on-1. The other two guys, there's three guys around him, and he cuts through and gets a goal.
Yeah.
My God, that Rafa, and then I would say after not getting, and it's also going to be extra highlighted because he did not get called up to the Seleção.
Yeah.
If Portugal gets knocked out of the World Cup against Turkey, they're going to ridicule Fernando Santos for taking this player and not even bothering to have him on the bench. Shout out to Scott Hall and the Razor Ramon flick he just did there, right? So,
Yeah, R.I.P. Man.
yeah,
R.I.P.
man, that guy was a legend. And for my player, my only difference with Luigi, I'm going to give it to Ramos just because it's exciting to see this guy develop things of sort. The goal, the play, that was the other play I could have gone for, but Rafa was so good. But I'll go with them, man. Mello?
Yeah.
I will give my player of the match also to Gonzalo Ramos. I saw just his work rate today was outstanding, as we saw earlier when you pulled it up. And he got that Liga Nos goal, so I'm going to give it to him. My play of the match, since you guys gave it to Rafa, and that's an amazing goal. I mean, I was in shock still watching it. I mean, a couple moments later, I'm like, I can't believe like everything worked out so well. But I'm going to give it to Vertonghen's save in the first half. It's 1-0. Benfica's 1-0. And Odie, Odie's Odie. He's missing in action. He's nowhere near where he's supposed to be. But Jan Vertonghen had his back and, saved the goal. Like, literally, it could have been 1-1. And maybe we would have won 2-1. Who can call it, right? The game changes at that point, though. At 1-1 a little bit more. So I'm going to give it to that play. I don't know if you guys remember that play, but I thought it was very important for us to stay 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. Vertonghen, like you said, we had a great game. It's easy for me to give him the player of the match too, but I'm going to go with Gonzalo Ramos because he got his goal as well. Play of the match is Vertonghen. And the Chorizo of the match is not even a Benfica player. It's Jorginho. Is that his name? The guy got completely dicked the whole game. I mean, like the Rafa goal was on him. Like he completely
man's getting dicked.
Yeah, he got dicked.
Well, Rafa is feeding a bag of dicks.
Right, there you go, and he accepted. And
it's like, thank you. I appreciate the gesture.
The guy, though,
he went to Costco and bought a club pack of the bag of dicks.
Yeah, I mean, he got, completely ran by in the box. Like, to give up that play, and I know you can't touch him because you'll probably foul him, and it's probably going to be a penalty anyway, and you may get a red card, just depending, right? So Rafa dedefinitely caught him in a bad spot. There's no doubt about that.
Got him with a dick in his hand,
Got him with his dick in his hand.
Real quick. I can't remember the filo de puta that did it, but there is
the filo de puta.
No, at one point after Rafa's goal, an Estoril guy went up studs high on Rafa. He was kind of breaking away a little bit. He was kind of running with the ball, and he studs high on his calf. And it was like just a foul. But like, I find Liga Nos has been so trash on what they call a card, what they call a red, what they call a yellow, what they call a foul. Our guy does a studs kick on someone's foot. It's a red card out. A guy does it on us. Just a light foul. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
Speaking of referees, what's Porto's score?
How much they pay today?
They really want to.
They paid it.
Yeah, man. That was mine. He was definitely my Chorizo of the match. I mean, he definitely gave up the goal there in the first half. And like I said, Benfica 1-2-0, and we would love more goals, but we played a pretty sound defensive game. And you know what? I want to say Everton. I tweeted this. Everton is really an underrated defender, but I don't know what that means to me. But I don't know what that really means to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what it means. Yeah. He's doing half of his job.
Half his job. Exactly.
So Eric, this guy works pretty well in the mornings, but man, he goes past
Eric
5
on Twitter,
and I can't do shit.
Eric told me, I said, I don't know what that means to me. He goes, maybe we have our new right back. I'm like, well, shit, maybe we do. You never know. But I do want to give him a shout out because he made some defensive moves, some defensive plays today against Estoril that were really nice, and he did the same thing against Ajax against Antony. So
and we're gonna need that more against Liverpool. Like we're gonna need more of that defensive capacity than we are the offense.
But I'm also gonna need him to turn it up though, because if you can make a defensive play the other way and come back and score a goal on the offense,
no doubt, my man is gonna curl one top bins, man.
That's what I'm thinking too, Luis.
Alex
That's what I'm thinking too, brother. I think the same thing.
Let's
call it now. I'm calling it now. Everton will score a banger against Liverpool.
I'll call it now.
Yeah,
Everton, and we'll smash them for 1.
And a free kick from Grimaldo. Free kick from Grimaldo. Get a goal.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
If we get that, we get that in the same, in the same leg or 1 or 2 leg in the same, exactly.
Same event.
An event, exactly. Then we're gonna win the Champions League. There's no
doubt. We got that shit.
Done. Wrap it up. Like you said, 3 teams, 5 games to go. Right.
That's the one.
Yeah. So we're gonna be wrapping up next week. Cool. We got Liverpool. Before Liverpool, we got a very big match. We got Braga away. Braga away is always a tough side. Tough team to face. I'll have to reach out to Dave, see how he's feeling about it. And the point gap is clearly there. Braga's not going to take our 3rd spot. But Braga's actually struggling a little bit. I know they're winning right now, but they only have 3 points ahead of 5th place. They actually have had an amazing season. They're like Benfica. Good story in Europe. Shit in the Liga. Braga is doing absolutely outstanding in Europa.
Braga's still in the Europa League, right?
Yeah.
They're still in
They smashed Monaco. They got a fair shot against Rangers. They've done well against some other sides in Europe. I think they're doing very well. Domestically, they've been trash. And if they lose to us and Gil Vicente wins the next match, all of a sudden they're tied for 5th. Like it's got so I don't Braga's always tough. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a tough match. And then right after that match, we then got Liverpool. So it's next weekend, and right now it says Sunday. I don't know if they're actually going to shift it because it still says to be determined. Portuguese Liga, a few days out.
I thought it was international break.
They'll push it for Saturday probably.
I thought it was an international break.
Oh, April 3rd. You're right. April 3rd.
Yeah. Now we have
international break. Yeah, now it's Turkey and Italy.
Portugal.
Yeah.
Hey, let's maybe we can get together. Maybe it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be post game. But if Portugal advance versus Turkey, maybe we could do a Portugal after 90 or something like that. So
what day is it? What day are we playing?
Portugal's playing. What are the fucking Thursday?
17th.
The 17th. I like that.
Well, maybe we can get together at night or something like that.
Maybe
one of those nights.
Yeah. This Thursday, the 17th. Yeah. Wait, what?
Well, it doesn't have to be that night. It could be a different night, but we got a long break, so if we can probably get some Seleção after 90 in.
Yeah.
Just at least if we win,
Yeah, if we lose, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck it. I don't got time for that.
We're all gonna if we lose, we're all gonna order some kebabs. We're gonna eat some kebabs live. Hey, I love shawarma. I love that shit.
We're gonna be turkeyed out.
We're gonna say come to Beşiktaş. And
Turkey will be in and we'll be turkeyed out.
I thought we lose to normally I'm a vindictive asshole. Like if my team gets eliminated, I wish them nothing but horrible things. I'm not a fair sport. But if Turkey knock out Portugal, I'm cheering for Turkey against Italy. Because I would love misery loves company, and I'd love nothing more than the Portuguese and Italians having to console themselves in a union. Just doing
There's no way that Portugal doesn't make it to the World Cup.
There's a lot of ways they don't make it to the World Cup.
I'm sure we'll play Italy and it'll be a good game.
They're not going to play Italy, though, are they?
Well, unless Italy loses to North Macedonia. Because if we beat Turkey,
we face the winner of Macedonia.
We will have to play Italy to get to the World Cup.
Okay, so let me get this straight. This
guy's figuring this shit out right now.
If we beat Turkey and Italy beat Macedonia, then we have to play Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to the World Cup.
Okay,
dead ass.
You did only that and the conclusion in like one TikTok movie. That was in one TikTok.
Yeah.
You could have gone, we go to the World Cup. There's no way we don't make it to the World Cup. Wait, we have to play Italy? We're not making it to the World Cup.
Yeah. It's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
That was a fun.
You know what
and
though? We always
fast
play
roller
well
coaster.
against Italy. We always play well against Italy.
Well, we were the first team to beat them. You know.
Yeah,
like,
we
they
always
didn't
play
lose for
well
so
against
long,
them.
and then we smashed them. So.
You know, if
Yeah,
Ronaldo, if Ronaldo's not,
I tell you what, we'll smash.
If we bench Bruno Fernandes, play Ronaldo, okay. You put Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes together, they're going to carry over their united ways, and they'll unitedly get the fuck out. Yeah,
Okay, guys.
That's not true either. That's not true. That won't happen. They're both really good for Celestino, so we'll be good. But I'm looking forward to that then. Looking forward to Italy.
Play Jota as much as they can, injure him.
I'm looking forward to Italy.
Jota, I hope we advance. Jota plays 90. That's amazing. Plays another 90. And against Italy, studs up, gets fucking out for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Italy and the people of Italy, I love to beat them. It's the best because they like pizza and stuff.
Come on, bro.
I don't care.
I'd like to sleep in my bed tonight, man.
Do you know that?
I'm watching him squirm. You see how I'm very careful what I'm saying? I'm watching him sit there and squirm. I'm just
for those who don't know, there's an Ital next.
There's an Italian
next to Louise.
Right here.
Yeah.
And she's getting that wooden spoon, and she's like sitting there going, "Someone's gonna be bent over, getting the paddling very soon." If they keep up this
I'd like to sleep in my bed tonight, if you would, because
I got a nice.
No, it's a good rivalry. All I mean is it's a good rivalry. It's a fun rivalry when the Italians and the Portuguese get together. It's like they're so similar. You know, it's like they're so similar, and it's just a fun time.
No. Can we end on that one? Because I don't want Maguire. And I don't want to talk about.
No. This guy's just a funny guy to laugh at.
I know, but like, I'm sorry. That guy's a football player, and I'm not. We end on that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, guys. All right, fair enough.
Who, Harry Maguire?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a bloody wardrobe. He's a wardrobe, mate. You know, if Maguire was here now, I put my clothes in him. He's a wardrobe, man. That's what he does. He's just a wardrobe. You know, where you put your clothes. That's it. That's what he is.
Yeah.
You know. Have you watched? What's he called?
He's English. That's all it is. He's English.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wardrobe from there. That's it. That's what Maguire plays a wardrobe. Beauty and the Beast. You know,
he's like a saloon door. Yeah,
he's up there opening up his wardrobe and like back headbutting Ronaldo.
You know, yeah.
That guy has given me fits this year. And it's too. You know what? To watch a United game, it's really too early to be that upset in the morning. Like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. It's really too early to be mad. So, I can only make it till about like the 64th minute before I'm done with the match. Usually, then I go back to bed. It's not worth it. But anyways.
All right, we got to let go before Cynthia puts it. Luis gets some pasta.
Yeah, Luis got to go eat.
He's got to go. Either he's going to be wearing the food or the food's going to be on him. All right, buddy. You guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, my bad. Real quick, and I'm sorry. The lines, shout out to the lines that everybody ended up with blackface after the game. Everybody.
Oh shit! The equality line.
They wanted to stop. Yeah, they wanted to stop the
racism.
And then it smears everywhere, and now everyone.
It's like
what the fuck is going on here?
It's like Seymour Skinners and go, how do we stop the racism? We all put on the blackface. We all put on the blackface.
What a bunch of idiots.
I don't think that was the intent, but at first the smearing.
I get it. Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
But why not a patch? Why not a patch or something? But it's funny, man. That
was a bad miss, actually.
Yeah, we're terrible miss. Terrible.
Yeah,
I thought they were. I thought when I saw.
I was shocked when I saw that. was
I
shocked.
saw
at that.
Everton with it first. I'm like, holy shit, he's going to war. And then I seen the other guys with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. This must be.
I didn't know the shtick until I saw one, then I saw another one, and then I saw an Estoril guy with it. I'm like,
yeah,
what the
Jake, they didn't think that
fuck?
one through. Yeah. Because afterwards, you see Gilberto, he just blackface. The whole face had the shit all over.
Well,
I'm
as,
like,
as he gets sweaty, he's like just doing this. You know?
Like, yeah.
Almeida, 2 minutes in, it's all friggin' like mushed up.
Unbelievable.
They wouldn't recognize me. They wouldn't recognize me.
A
Oh my
sticker.
God.
They could have did, you know,
you.
cleats. They could have did cleats,
They did
special
the
cleats.
R-band. They did a little R-band.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's stupid. I get it. I get it. Fuck racism. You know, fuck that for sure.
Yes,
You know,
agreed.
fuck racism, no doubt about it. But like, let's not do that. No more.
Like
Let's-
no,
let's
no,
figure out another way.
Don't Justin Trudeau it and do the whole.
Yeah.
Don't be
Exactly.
pulling off like I'm an all equality kind of guy, blackface kind of guy. Like that doesn't. Those don't jive well, man. You kind of F up the messaging a bit.
It's hilarious, guys. All right, man.
You guys have some fun. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your
Appreciate it.
Sunday.
Peace.
Peace.